The store owner's family tells us enough is enough with this violence, but it could have been so much worse if it wasn't for a homeless man who lives in a tent behind this store.
I'm glad I was there. And my grandmother.
On February 24th, 2020, Stephen DeGroot, a homeless man who stopped a knife attack at a convenience store in Kenmore, Washington, caught the attention of the media and his local community. As a reward for his brave action, the Carl Hagelin Foundation stepped forward and offered this local hero and his wife 6 months of free housing, hoping to provide them a second chance and a better life.
This is your home for 6 months.
Thank you.
Completely free. No, you're welcome.
However, when the foundation returned 6 months later, the hard reality of drug addiction made it clear that a second chance was not enough for the DeGroots. What began as a feel-good story about a heroic homeless man ended as a stark commentary on the failed homelessness and addiction policies in Seattle. Here is the rest of the story.
When they first moved in, I did meet them. You know, they were really nice and everything, but after the first week, I could tell it was going to be a problem. Like I said, there were people beating on my door. I actually had people try to break into my house to get into my house because they think they're trying to get in next door. There was so much stuff going on that I did go out and purchase a gun. When I had people trying to literally like kick my door in, thinking that they're trying to come in here, you know, it's not cool. I can't tell you the number of times that I've seen them sell items out of here. People have knocked on my door. It's been about a year, and I hate to say it, but I'm glad they're gone. But it doesn't take the fear away because of the things that they've been doing for the past year. They've been letting people stay here. They've charged people rent to whereas they come beating on their door talking about let me in, let me in.
Hi, Carl Hagelin, Columbia Modern Living, Carl Hagelin Foundation. The first thing I need to do is to apologize to Stephen DeGroot, his wife, and the neighborhood. The video that we did about a year ago ended on a very high upbeat note where we were awarding a homeless hero with a place to stay for 6 months and beyond. We provided housing for almost a year, and really what was happening was we were setting them up to fail, and also we endangered the neighborhood by doing this. By giving homeless people a place to stay, the only thing we're doing is giving these people a valuable resource that they can trade so they can embellish their addictions. We have to place these people in a safe place. We have to provide them housing, but it has to be housing where we protect themselves and from the neighborhood and from the surrounding people. We have to provide them with a place where they are protected from their addictions and they are protected from others. There was a Canadian study that was done where they studied homeless people who were given housing without any strings attached. A homeless person who receives free housing is 5 times more probable to die from a drug overdose than somebody who's living on the street. At the base of my feet are needle covers, needles, and pipes that they use to smoke and inject heroin. In the other room, we have sacks of garbage that are laying around. They are full of needles, syringes, and accessories used to smoke and shoot drugs. The way you see that this apartment looks is exactly what it looks like with these homeless encampments out on the street. And again, I have to apologize for the neighborhood. I have to apologize to Mr. and Mrs. DeGroot. I have to apologize to Tiffany, who had to live through this hell. True support is where we place them in a place where they are protected from themselves and protected from others. And then we give them the help that they need to rehumanize, and then also the skill sets they need to become members in our community again. Thank you, and I'm so sorry about what I did.
The unfortunate story of the DeGroots is not an isolated one. The uncomfortable reality is that Seattle's housing first policies do not work. Taking drug-addicted people off the streets and putting them into housing will not solve our homelessness problems. We need an addiction-first policy. Please consider contacting your local elected officials.